Well, just when we thought grocery prices were maybe stabilizing, not so, thanks to Netanyahu and Trump's war on Iran. So we all know one reason, which of course is that 18 to 20% of the global supply of fossil fuels is being choked off it there. And even though that's way over there, it influences the entire global market's prices that will get charged for oil and gas. So you can bet those delivery costs of our grocery, of our food, is going to get passed on to us, the consumers. Here's a word, an unfortunate word that I've just learned. It's called excuseflation, meaning the corporations might be inclined to charge just a little more than absolutely necessary to compensate for the increased cost of shipping our food from A to B. There's a bigger reason, or an equally big reason though, and that is fertilizer. What most people don't know is that the items that are essential to creating fertilizer are also being choked off at the same place. Trump and Netanyahu's war on Iran is choking off nitrogen, I think, and natural gas, both of which combine with potash. So Canada's got plenty of potash, but potash alone does not make fertilizer. It has to be mixed up with other things. And this is happening, this lack of supply of fertilizer supply, just at the planting time, right? It's March, approaching April. So just at the time when fertilizer is needed, farmers aren't going to get it. And then because they don't have fertilizer, the crops won't be as abundant, and that means there'll be scarcer food. And when there's scarcer food, the prices go up. So what can we do about it? Especially given our grocery prices are already nuts. I'm really feeling it too. I try to eat very healthily, and I do buy organic and free range, etc. And they're going through the roof. So what can we do together to help be resilient against these increasing prices that are going to increase, I think, quite a bit, but probably hitting us by the end of the summer? Here are some things that we can do, and here's what I'm doing. I am stockpiling. Hope I'm not sounding like a prepper here, but I'm looking around at what is shelf stable. The elixir of life, being coffee, of course, is one of them. So I'm buying a few big bags to hopefully tide me through this coming winter. I'm also going to be buying some chia seeds and other items. So you might want to look at your own pantry and figure out what you can stockpile on. I hope I'm not creating another one of those crazy toilet paper runs. But that's a very practical thing you can do, is stock up now while you can at the lower prices, because I'm almost positive they're going to be going up by quite a bit. That's number one. Number two, if you live where you have a farmer's market, start using your farmer's market, because they don't have to transport as far, right? So at least their gasoline and their fuel costs aren't going to be passed on to you the way others, the more typical grocery stores will. And it's just nice to support your local food industry. They need it more than ever. Relatedly, I'm going to start growing as much as I can. My deck faces northwest, which isn't great, but I'm at least going to try really hard for some kale and some spinach, which don't need some light. So you might want to do what you can to start growing your own, just to A, have the food in the first place, and B, just at least shave off a little bit of the price. Third thing, this is really interesting. I've never done it. If you've heard of it, please let me know. But apparently in Canada, we have some kind of framework wherein you can approach, and the farmers, I'm sure, have to volunteer to participate in this, but you would approach a farm directly. You pay upfront costs for something, for example, for, a cow. And then when the time comes, you are guaranteed your part of that cow. So that's something else you could look into. I'll look into it here in Nova Scotia. Wouldn't surprise me if that's an option with somebody. The other thing, of course, that we should all be doing is really doubling down on no food waste. I'm guilty of that. And at least I have a compost. I've got a worm bin, so I produce good compost. But we all really need to be more careful about food waste, just because it's a good idea in principle, and also to save us on grocery costs. What that looks like for you, I don't know. Meal prepping, being careful to use your leftovers, figuring out ways to use the entire thing. So for example, I'm learning to keep the stalks of broccoli and cauliflower and make vegetable broth out of it, or use it in soups. So those are some things. Oh yeah, and the other thing I'm going to be trying to do is use Costco. Now, as a single person, Costco doesn't work that well for me because I don't need that kind of volume. However, I'm trying to find 3, 4, 5 other people who want to go in on it with me. And then, for example, dishwasher pods, that's not food, but you get the idea. Buy it together and then divvy it up. And that way we all get a little piece of the cost savings on buying in bulk instead of buying the little packages, which per item are always more expensive. So there's your out the door money moment on something quite unfortunate. Again, don't blame this on the government, please don't. Blame it on corporations a little bit, but mostly attribute this to Netanyahu and Trump's war on Iran, which clearly has had unintended, but could have been foreseen consequences. There's your out the door money moment. I'll be rolling out more of these as I watch what the implications will be for ordinary people's wallets. So keep coming back, subscribe if you haven't yet, because I'll be rolling out what the impacts will be and also what some actions you can take to mitigate some of how it's going to hit all of our bank accounts. There's your out the door money moment from Nancy, Canada's money coach here in Annapolis Valley.